The way we are using personnel in a number of units is a nightmare, really.
In the Luhansk region, near the village of Mikhailivka, a group of Russian propagandists from the Zvezda TV channel and the Izvestia newspaper was neutralized. The investigative committee of the Russian Federation reported on this. According to the investigation, as a result of the shelling of the village of Mikhailivka in the Luhansk region, a journalist from the publication Izvestia and 3 members of the filming crew from the Zvezda TV channel were killed. Meanwhile, the Zvezda TV channel reports the deaths of 2 of its staff members, cameraman Andrei Panov and the crew's presenter Alexander Serkelly. Also killed, as shown in some footage, was Alexander Fedorchak, a military correspondent for the Izvestia newspaper. It is reported that the propagandists were reportedly neutralized by 2 rockets fired from the Himars rocket system. There are several villages named Mikhailivka in the Luhansk region. However, according to the RBK publication, the propagandists were killed in the village of Mikhailivka in the Sievierodonetsk district of the Luhansk region. This settlement is located approximately 30 kilometers from the front line. In addition, it was reported that today, TASS correspondent Mikhail Skuratov sustained shrapnel wounds in the Sudjansky district of the Kursk region. However, his injuries are not life-threatening. It is worth recalling that in August 2024, Russian propagandist Yevgeny Podubny was seriously injured in his car after being hit by a drone strike in the Kursk region. Immediately after the incident, reports started circulating on Russian sources about the death of the propagandist, but the information turned out to be premature. The propagandist suffered extensive burns, a traumatic brain injury, and damage to the bones of the facial skull, but ultimately survived. Yevgeny Podubny is one of Russia's most prominent pro-government propagandists. He works for the VGTRK media holding and owns a Telegram channel with over 700,000 subscribers. We're tired of washing body bags. We're really tired of washing them. Russian military expert and Z-patriot Maxim Klimov said that the losses in the Russian army are so huge that there are no longer enough bags for the dead.
The way we are using personnel in a number of units is a nightmare, really. There's Nastya Belka. She had an episode, a video. There's an appeal. There's gatherings, and so on. A very heavy video. And she simply tells a story. Among other cargoes, they transported a small number of bags for... She says there was a very bad situation. That is, on that side, people decided that they would be brought a lot. And then they arrived and gave out a little. In short, there was an unpleasant conversation with the servicemen. And then one of them calls me and says, "Please excuse us." He says, "We are just tired of evaluating them. Bags are for corpses. We are very tired of washing them." So they gathered. We were taken to Rostov. They brought the bags back, washed them, collected them again, and so on.
Our Russian military broke into our houses. Alcohol is lying around, fucking breaking into other people's houses. The Russian military entered the village of Repyakovka in Russia's Belgorod region to repel the Ukrainian armed forces attack and looted at least 20 houses of local residents, Russian Telegram channels report. A resident who filmed the aftermath of the looting notes that there is nothing to loot in the houses except clothes.
Это вот наши военные зашли домой. Пожалуйста, это дядя Витя Кравченко.
Смотри, что нашел.
Вот, все, не знаю, что они искали здесь. Ну как вот дом оставлять вот так вот и уезжать? Пожалуйста, дом закрытый полностью. Вот. Пожалуйста. Вон спиртное лежит. Все. Вот это вот наши такие военные молодцы. Защищают нас. Чужие дома лазят, блядь. И у меня в доме были, тоже насрали все.
Везде. У нас что искали?
Ну что здесь можно искать? Здесь ничего нет, только одежда и все. Вот.
A Russian propagandist, Rybar, openly mocks Steve Witkoff for saying he believes in Putin's good faith. Even Russian propagandists are laughing out loud at this, calling him an empty head.
7 of their drones were on their way when President Putin issued his order, and they were shot down by Russian forces. So I tend to believe that President Putin is operating in good faith.
It doesn't matter if we believe it ourselves. The main thing is that the empty American heads believe it. And then there's Witkoff. I'm impressed that Russia shot it down. Here's an example of an empty American head that believed it.
To believe that President Putin is operating in good faith.
Here's an example of an empty American head that believed it.
Replying to Witkoff bullshit about the referendums conducted in the occupied regions of Ukraine, during the European Commission press briefing, lead European spokeswoman for Foreign Affairs and Security Anita Hipper called so-called Russian referendums a total sham and conducted at gunpoint.
When it comes to the discussion on peace talks, our position is very clear, and I would like to reiterate 2 main points. One, the EU's position for peace is that it is for Ukraine to decide the actual conditions, and the second one is our point that nothing about Ukraine without Ukraine. This shows also in view of Russia's continuous attacks that Russia cannot be trusted. We have seen also the attacks over the weekend, including a strike on Kyiv, where 3 people have died, including a 5-year-old child. So this shows that Russia still needs to demonstrate its genuine political will to end its illegal and unprovoked aggression. Now, when it comes to our support is very strong, as we have shown through the different strands, the military, the financial, the humanitarian support, sanctions, the 16 sanction packages, the 17 sanction packages, also the military support plan. We have to support Ukraine right now more than ever, and this is what we will be doing. Also, let me recall the European Council's conclusion from the 21st of March, where the Council is also reiterating its unwavering support to Ukraine's independence, sovereignty and territorial integrity, and also a last point on this referenda that were a total sham and at gunpoint.
Vance defended Witkoff after the scandalous interview. Steve Witkoff is a great guy who is doing an incredible job. The people criticizing him are just angry that he is succeeding where they have failed for 40 years. Turns out a lot of diplomacy boils down to a simple skill. Don't be an idiot, wrote U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.